Hey guys, Aramis555 here. Today's video is kind of a special video. I'm here with another Yugi tuber. His name is DatLax. I did say his name properly, so that's good. Basically what we're going to be talking about today is just rarity upgrades and how they just change the game, how they affect values, of course, and how they make the game more accessible or less accessible at the same time. So, yeah, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so basically what we're gonna be doing is DatLax will be just like talking about the main thing we're gonna be talking about, of course, is like the current or the recent reprints, especially Pod Duality and now Solemn Warning in the next 10. So Duelist Revolution in particular, just because of all the cards that were huge money cards in that set. Now that set's really not worth a whole lot except for Scrap Dragon, I guess, and Effect Veiler. So yeah, without further ado, we'll get to the list. So what do you want to talk about first?
About the Solemn Warning reprint.
Okay. Yeah, Solemn Warning at its peak was a $90 card, I believe. 90 for the Alti. Does that sound right?
I think it does.
Yeah, I think it was 90 or 100. I had two Altis. I just sold them both for 60 each, so I still made some profit because now I think they're worth about 30 bucks. So definitely lost some value. But yeah, now they're going to be coming out in the tin as you know, basically $10 cards, which is half the value. It's the same with Duality. So what do you think about that?
Duelist Revolution is fading away quickly, and the only other money cards I can think of off the top of my head is possibly Scrap Dragon.
Effect Veiler is another one still. Even though it was reprinted, it was reprinted as a rare. It's still worth like $30 for the Alti, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I can't really think of anything either. Like Scrap Dragon and was Max C was Storm of Ragnarok. Yeah, so the set's really not worth a whole lot of money anymore, and yeah, it's just kind of too bad. Well, it's too bad, but it's good at the same time. But for all those players that put all that money into buying those expensive cards, it's kind of, you know, sucks for them.
Like what we're doing now is comparing the whole Extreme Victory wrap up this year compared to the Duelist Revolution wrap up last year.
Yeah, which it's basically the same thing. Like last year, D-Rev came out at the same time as Extreme Victory, and they both have their huge money card. So I guess that kind of implies to everyone that in a matter of time, Tour Guide's definitely going to be getting a reprint or something's going to happen to it. So the question is, I guess, should you buy them now and be super competitive, or should you wait and get them for cheap like the Dualities were or are?
How do Duality versus Tour Guide? And, you know, I can't say anything because possibly somebody's going to go, oh, Poly Duality is better than Tour Guide, which it's possibly not because...
Well, they're two different cards, right?
Yeah. Poly Duality was about, let's say, 120 at its peak, I guess.
No, it was more than that. It went up to 180 at one point.
Ah.
Yeah, it was when they stopped printing Duelist Revolution, which was right around after the special edition came out, and so people wanted their first ed ones, and they were like, I'm pretty sure they were $180 if you got them out of the box, which is pretty insane.
And you know, one of my friends actually live here, and they pulled a Tour Guide. And I was like, wow.
And did they sell it or did they keep it?
They kept it.
Yeah. See, I would sell it. I'd sell it in a heartbeat. It's the same thing. My friend, get this, he pulled a Pot of Duality when D-Rev first came out, and the card was only like, I don't remember what it started off as. I think it was like 60 bucks. And then it went up insanely. And he's kind of one of those people that has to have all the money cards. He's all about, you know, having everything hollowed out. So he spends way too much money on this game. But basically, he ended up getting his scrap deck, which he had the one Duality in, stolen when we went to our regionals. And it was like completely hollowed. So I think he lost like $400 or $500 in that deck. Anyways, though, he ended up just going and buying more DREV packs at the Zellers by our house, and he actually ended up pulling another pot of Duality. So it just goes to show you. And I kept telling him, I was like, dude, you should just sell it. And he's like, no, I want my Dualities. I'm like, it's gonna get reprinted. You should sell it and make money off. He's like, no. And then right before the tins were released, he went out and before our last local champs, the one that was the one I ended up winning. Yeah, it was the one I ended up winning. If you guys probably used to see my Tengu Plant video, it was he basically bought 2 Dualities. They were $130 each, and now you can buy the secret for like $30, $40. So, just goes to show you.
You really need to wait for reprints in this game. You can't just like get your cards when they first come out.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait first.
Well, it's unfortunate because Konami wants people to go to the YCSs and be competitive, but it seems like the only players that ever top are the same players, and those are the ones that either spend all their money on the expensive cards or they rip off people at their locals. So, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate.
Children at their locals.
Yeah. Adam Corn and all those guys just ripping off little kids. But
that's gonna be me someday.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, another good example actually is the Legendary Collection number 2 is coming out soon, and not all the cards have been announced for that, so there's going to be a lot of good reprints in there. Yet people are still spending all these money on like Lightsworn cards and whatnot. When I'm pretty sure I think Tragonia is going to be in there. So I don't know why people are buying like Ultra Tregs for like $15 to $20 when you're going to be able to get it as like, you know, just an easy pull out of that Legendary Kit collection, which is going to be $25. Another example is Lila. Lila hasn't been announced, but they pretty much reprinted every other Lightsworn now. So Lila's definitely bound to be in that Legendary Collection. Everyone sees it coming, so what do you think of the Legendary Collection?
I absolutely love this Legendary Collection too. You know, I bought the first one, and that was not good at all.
No, it was terrible.
It was. They had, like, the first 6 sets, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, first 6 sets.
And then they had, like, Legend of Blue Eyes, Magic Ruler,
Spell Ruler, I think.
Metal Raiders.
Metal Raiders, yeah.
Metal Raiders just suck.
Yeah, it was a bad thing. And I think Konami saw that, too. I think they noticed that their sales on that weren't very good. Like, people still bought them. I guess collectors bought them. But, like, you know, spending $30 on that thing, you didn't get your money's worth back at all. It was just a waste of money.
The Mega Packs in this actually have 5 commons, 1 rare, 1 super, and etc., etc.
Yeah, and how many packs are there again?
5.
Yeah, 5 packs.
Yeah. That's going to be really nice to get. And how much did you say that was? 25?
I think the Legendary Collection on I've seen it on Troll and Toad and stuff, and if you pre-ordered it, I'm pretty sure it's $22.99. So with shipping, it'd be like $25 to $30. So I'm sure if you went to your local Walmart, it's probably going to be $29.99. So yeah, it's pretty freaking cheap for all the stuff you're going to be getting out of it.
So basically, you're going to make your money back off this.
Oh, you're going to be making your money back plus some.
Because we actually get common JDs.
Yeah. And that's another thing that's shocking is everyone knows that those cards are in there, yet they keep buying all these expensive, they keep buying all these secret rare and ultimate rare GDs, and I think that's the biggest problem with this game, but it's also the one thing that's kept this game going over the years, is that like most of the players, I'd say probably about 90% of the player base has to have a completely hollowed out deck. You know, they have to have that super Lone Fire Blossom, they have to have that super Debris Dragon, they have to have that super Foolish Burial, whatever else. You know, it has to be completely hollowed out, which I think is ridiculous. Personally, it's like I think if you have the card, you have the card. It doesn't really matter what rarity it is, but you know, people. That's the thing that's kept the game going. Is people like to have things as shiny as they can possibly get.
I think the same way. I mean, why do people keep spending money on hollows when they could just get common reprints off it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what if Tour Guide was reprinted as a common?
Maybe it will be. Who knows? Yeah, it just goes to show you, like, anything. It's Konami, and especially in the past few months, they're just. I think right now in the game, this is the perfect time not to buy any pricey cards, unless, like I said, if you're going to be going to the YCS and you want to do really well, then yeah, go out and buy your tour guides and your Levier and your Roach and stuff, because then you're going to do obviously better. But in a nutshell, like, it just seems like Konami right now is going through this huge phase of reprinting everything. So it seems like if you're a budget player, you really shouldn't even be trading or buying anything at all. You should just be holding off and waiting for, the pricey stuff to go down, because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you didn't have any secret pod dualities, did you?
I did not.
But how many super pod dualities do you have now?
I already got it off my hands.
Oh, the supers?
And you know what I traded for it? I traded Super Poly Duality, 1 common Mirror Force, 2 Rotas, which are common, for Ulti Terabyte and Wind Up Zenmeister.
Okay, Trey.
That Poly Duality is worth $10.
You mean you traded that stuff for the duality, or you traded the duality for it?
Traded off Duality.
Oh. Well, in my opinion, in that trade, I probably would have kept the duality, but because it still is going up and down. Like, it's worth $10, but some people are valuing it more than that. So.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really need it. I don't really ever use Padu Duality. I mean, it's a great card if you want to keep digging and digging for more, but it's not a really good card in my eyes. I mean, you can help it with consistency and all that stuff. But there isn't really anything else to help it with.
Yeah, it's a very good card, but I think the thing I've looked at the reprint is like Mind Crush Dust Shoot. Last format, obviously because of the back rows, Dust Shoot wasn't very big, but Mind Crush was still an okay card. But the thing is, now that everybody's playing dualities, that's why Thunder King Ryo is so huge this format. Is because, of course, the reprint is so accessible. So it's kind of like I figure that whenever a reprint happens, it's good for the game, but it's also bad for the game, because now it's like with Christia. It's like that's why so many people are playing Herald Agents, or not Herald Agents. Sorry, I'm playing Herald Agents. So many people are playing like Agents or TG Agents, because Christia before was like a $60, $80 card, and now she's so accessible that everybody is playing that deck, which means that not many other people are going to be playing other decks this format. So in a sense, it's good because it lets more players play that deck that they might have never had the chance to play, but at the same time, it also limits the rest of the game for originality. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about what's between Legendary Collection 2 and the Wave 110s, which is Generation Force.
Mm-hmm.
And you got like Roaches and Orient Dragons, I think.
Yeah, Orient Dragon, yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, Orient Dragon is an okay card. It's okay, but who's really going to use Synchros anymore due to Exceeds coming out in that set?
Yeah, it's true. And if you look at a lot of the Japanese, like the OCG decks, their extra decks just starting to like switch spots. It's going from like more XEs now over more Synchros.
Yeah, I would personally run Gadget Exceed in real life.
Yeah, it's a good deck.
Other than some Synchro, junk Synchro, something like that.
Well, I definitely think we need more. We need more Exceeds first, but. Anyways, there's like a minute left of the video, so I'm just going to finish things off. So, yeah, guys, that was me and, what's your name again? It's Dax.
DatLax.
DatLax. Yeah, I remember that. DatLax. Okay. So that's me and DatLax. We're just talking about the whole, basically reprinting situation. So make sure to check out his channel. I have a link to him right here. Make sure to subscribe to him. Very cool guy. Otherwise, of course, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to me if you already haven't, and check out my other videos. Peace.